Hello, people. Welcome to the Garbage Bin Boys podcast with Mitch, which is me, and Ryan, which is my buddy.
Which is
Uh,
me.
yes, that
That's
boy.
me.
Ryan has a fuck ton of questions for the podcast today, but before that, I wanted to get into the fact that me and him were fucking pounding out some Portal 2
That's right.
this past weekend,
That's right, we did.
dude. And then he said he fucking played through the campaign in
Yeah.
4 hours, and I
Yeah.
actually recently restarted the campaign and basically almost beat it a second time. Dude, I
it's
think it
fun,
has,
dude. The
dude,
campaign is so much fun. Like I didn't even care it was about puzzles. Like I just wanted to go
it's
through the
fucking
story and listen to the
yeah.
jokes.
I honestly,
Yeah.
the jokes are the best.
Yeah,
The
and
game
then
has
I
some of the
just
best jokes.
kept playing and I was like, "Oh, should I beat it?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so much like the dialogue in that game is so stellar, dude.
Yep.
I don't know how to explain it.
You know what's crazy
It's,
about it is
it's
that
phenomenal.
they did such a good job of simulating conversations with only one person actually talking.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
it's hilarious.
GLaDOS's writing is so sharp. It's so witty. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
dude.
it. I love it.
Dude, I even looked up some GLaDOS tattoos and shit.
Yeah.
They got some pretty damn
There's
ones.
some really cool ones. There's some really cool ones.
I don't know, dude. Just something about her sass and dry humor that's super appealing.
And then in Portal 2 it makes it a lot better because you have Wheatley and he's it's the second person to the conversation. So it's almost like you're just getting to watch, but you're still getting talked to while watching.
Yeah, they're communicating directly to you, but you
Yeah.
don't need to say anything.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's because you have brain damage and why would you have dialogue options?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And then even the turrets talking to each other.
Oh,
the
yeah.
turrets talking. The ones that are really fucked up.
Yeah.
The disabled ones.
Oh, those guys are hilarious.
They're not disabled. I don't mean disabled like that.
They're the
but,
defective
not
ones.
functioning.
They're
Yeah,
defective. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's fucking hilarious. Dude.
That was really funny. When I figured out how that puzzle worked, I was like, that's so fucking smart.
Yeah, that puzzle was awesome.
And that was when I was a kid. Like I beat that one immediately right now because it was so memorable that I was just like, oh, okay, I just gotta put the thing in the thing. But back then when I beat it, I thought it was the smartest thing ever. I still kind of do. I still think it was so cool.
Yeah,
I was like,
whoa. Why can't we have portals in today's life, dude? The fuck, man.
We're getting there, man.
Are we?
Not really.
I mean, yeah, there's no way. I don't think anyone would know where to start.
Yeah.
Math maybe, but when does
Maybe.
math ever make sense?
A lot of the times.
Am I right?
You're right.
Math is just fiction, right?
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All right.
One more thing I want to touch on before we get into your shit.
Okay.
So me and Ryan and another one, friend Corey, had fallen to the Mario Party curse.
That's right.
We were playing Mario Party 2, and there was so much salt.
Yep.
In the room.
Yep.
There was so much hatred for one another that our friendship almost ended right on the spot.
It's crazy, yeah. I feel out of all the Nintendo games that you would think that would break up friendships, like Mario Kart or Smash Bros.
Oh my god.
It's the most unsuspecting one. The one that you think is just a fun little board game that you get to goof around about, dude. It's not.
Let me play some some Sorry.
It's
some Sorry knockoff. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's insane.
And it's not only that, we were playing the N64 Mario Party 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that shit,
how everything is
shit
worded,
how
everything is worded makes you feel really pissed off at everyone else for no reason. The game actually pokes your buttons to get mad at other people. It's hilarious.
It's trash.
It's hilarious.
The NPCs are fucking assholes
They
and
are.
shit. And some of the mini games aren't fair. If you have two humans and then one AI.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Some of it's just bullshit, and it just it's every small little thing that just builds up in your goddamn body. And,
literally everything is RNG in Mario Party 2. Everything. Yeah. Every single mechanic is mostly based on, except for mini games. But even some of them are still based on RNG.
I was so heavily salted because Ryan he was playing DK and he got the 2 fucking hidden block stars.
Yep, I did that.
Within the first 5-10 turns.
The first 10 turns, yeah.
Dude, I was so salted, dude.
I know, dude.
Oh my god, my testosterone beefed up, like my adrenaline was rushing.
Yeah, it was crazy. It
All
was a
because
fun
of
game.
Mario Party got into, and
Yeah.
I still ended up winning.
And he won. And he still did it.
Then Ryan was really salty.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed. I was just getting like mugged the whole game, and I was like,
yeah, dude.
I was like purposely being like not a nice guy because that's always how you lose. Like you got to be cutthroat.
Yeah.
And I was still playing cutthroat, and I made more enemies.
A star for me early. He took a star for me early, and from there it was like there's no friendship in this life right now.
Yeah.
It's all fucking cutthroat shit.
Yeah. So then, take a break from that and play Portal 2 instead. And be happy and fun.
Yeah, fuck that. Or play some Worms like we did, but then they got
play
mad
Worms.
too.
Yeah, so then we played Portal once he left, I think.
Yeah.
And then we made up. Portal is a friendship game.
Portal is definitely a friendship game.
It literally lets you like stop being angry at the other person.
Well, you have to, because you have to work together.
Well, and also like the emotes too. Like they're just,
also, never play Portal with someone that is really fucked up on anything other than basically anything.
Tums, yeah. If you're on anything more than Tums, just play single player, dude.
Or maybe some Advil.
Because you
on Advil, maybe. You might need Advil from the.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna need Advil for the other guy.
Yeah. If you're gonna be playing campaign, you're definitely gonna need some Advil from like all the burns you get from fucking the robots just fucking.
You need some Neosporin.
Dude, GLaDOS is she has some of the best roasts in the game.
Did you call her GLaDOS?
GLaDOS.
GLaDOS.
Dude, I've been playing fucking Pokemons in the brain.
Gravedon. Gravedon.
Yeah, but
she's great. All right, let's get into something cool.
We advertise that shit, though.
Yeah, Portal 2's sick. Get it.
Yep.
Buy it.
Get it.
Buy it.
Hit me up with these questions, boy.
Fucking buy it. Okay. I wanted to start off. These first two questions are kind of like nostalgia things, right?
Okay.
Because we were playing Mario Party 2 and like Xbox 360 and stuff and Xbox One.
Yeah, it's really
like
nostalgic.
It was like no, that's just what Worms was on. It's basically a DOS game, basically.
Yeah.
So tell me what one of your favorite games as a kid that you want to either rebuy if you don't have it anymore, or just plain old revisit it.
Revisit it?
Yeah, what's like a game that you enjoyed very fondly that you
right now I'd say because Spyro's coming out. The remaster. I want to go back on my PS2 and play the games that they aren't remastering. So they're remastering the PS1 games, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
And I only played I think one or two of those. And so the PS2 games were like some of my favorite. I either that or like Sly Cooper. Because the Sly Cooper games were some of my favorite. And supposedly they're coming out with a cartoon, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Because like that honestly would make a really good cartoon.
I agree.
I think it's pretty. I mean, I think that's what I would do. That's what's on my mind right now.
Some Spyro PS2.
Yeah, some PS2 Spyro or yeah. I mean,
I like that. It's a good pick.
Maybe like GoldenEye. Like I don't know GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Maybe like. I don't know. I don't know. Just like thinking about it, like some of my favorite games was like Rampage.
Yep.
Fuck you, Dwayne Rock Johnson, for ruining that for us. We already know it's gonna be a shitty movie.
Dwayne makes it better.
Dwayne's good, dude. He's good, but
he makes everything
better. You already know, like the movies that he's in are gonna be pretty average.
Okay.
I'm roasting Dwanathan.
All right. I will say this.
Jumanji was pretty average. It was good, but it's average.
Dwanathan Johnson did a very good job, I think, in Jumanji. I honestly, so the parts that I didn't like, that 20-minute intro was like super cringy, like setting up all the kid characters.
Yeah.
I was watching it with my mom on Mother's Day, and it was just really awkward. It was just like, this is just cringy. But
it's just like that's never gonna be someone's favorite movie.
Yeah, basically once they get into the video game, when like The Rock and Kevin Hart and Jack Black are in it,
fucking like Jack Black.
That's when like it's a pretty good movie, but because of like it has this really shitty cringy opening and like a really good like second and third act, that's why I think it's like just kind of average, because it's still
Jack Black underrated.
Oh, for sure. Jack Black's
so
totally
good,
underrated. For
I
sure.
love that dude. One of my favorite actors.
Jack Black.
Don't fucking hate on me. That he's so fucking hilarious.
I saw Kung Fu Panda in theaters. When I was a wee
I
lad.
saw like a couple of them in theaters when I was a small child.
Yeah, I saw the first one. I don't think I saw the second or third one.
I saw the third one.
Saw the third one?
Out of theaters. The second one I might have saw in theaters. I don't remember.
Probably.
I was a big animated shit fan, cartoon fan.
Pixar is my childhood, dude. It's our childhood.
It's
our childhood.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Like, what do the kids now grow up with? Pretty shitty TV shows, maybe some good news.
Okay.
Frozen's not on that Toy Story level, dog. All right, no one can argue with me on that.
It's like that. It's like the next generation, though. You know what I mean? It's like you can't compare it to like ours. You know?
Yeah, because our generation's way better.
Well, that's like it's like how everyone compares Michael Jordan to LeBron James like all the time. It's like the different eras. Like you can't really like compare them too much.
Dude, not like people that say, come on, apples to oranges. You still can compare that shit, dog. Like
well, yeah, but then what's the point?
Think of like the base movie. Yeah. Like when it really comes down to it, in originality, Toy Story wins.
Well, right? Hold on. Well, okay.
Frozen's just going by the normal like Disney scheme, like
it's a princess trope. Like Brave was way better at doing like a different, like not sticking with the princess trope. Like Brave was amazing. Brave was really good, but like Frozen kept to that like typical Disney princess type kind of storytelling.
For what the movie was, it shouldn't have been that hype.
All right, well, I would just say like this, like I do agree that Toy Story is the much better movie, and I fucking love Toy Story, dude. Mm-hmm. Shit's my jam. But like a lot of the reasons why, yeah, it is, and like
all the Toy Stories, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, and I think
one was good.
Yeah, like holy fucking shit! Please let me speak.
Sorry. Damn.
I'm just kidding. But I do want to speak. But now I forgot what I was saying.
Go for it. I've been waiting for you.
Forgot what I was saying, dude. You messed me up.
You were saying something about Toy Story, dog.
Oh yeah. Toy Story. I'm like nostalgic for it too, cause like I grew up with that as like a kid. You don't think like, I totally think that like kids that grow up with Frozen can have that like same kind of nostalgic feeling for like that we do for Toy Story. Like I see it like that.
Like I get that.
Yeah.
I get the nostalgia factor, but when it comes down to it, like even if you analyze the movie, like I remember playing a bunch of shit when I was a kid and revisiting it later and like, damn, that's really bad.
Yeah, that's
terrible.
That's
like
true.
I understand. I loved it when I was a kid, and I get that.
That's true. But then it's like we weren't kids when Frozen came out. You know?
Yeah, but like the thing is, I still could analyze it as like a top Disney movie in my thing, like in my top Disney movies, but it wasn't. Okay. It was just like it followed too like I could say like Tangled, you know?
Tangled
Tangled was good to me.
I liked Tangled. I liked Tangled a lot more than Frozen.
It's like, yeah, I did too.
Because just like Frozen was like its own IP. I think what made Tangled cool was like it was Rapunzel, but like a bit modernized, but still Rapunzel.
Was fun as fuck, dude.
Like that was cool. That was cool. But Frozen was its own deal, so I feel like it didn't have like that kind of appeal to us. Or it was like, oh, it's just like it's like a quirky Disney version of a old tale. It's like it's its own thing. Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like a lot of movies especially I'm gonna say Infinity War too, because I saw that shit and it's just like they're like, I would say with Disney, because Disney owns Marvel now.
Yeah.
They just like they have like a schematic to the movies, and they usually stick to it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like Frozen was just like, it was movie after movie after movie after movie, and then they really made Frozen huge, and it was just kind of like the same shit. You know. Yeah. With a different princess.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just how I felt.
Early like Pixar, all those movies were super creative. I feel like because it's like, you know, once they got over all of those original ideas, like I think it ended at like WALL-E. Was like the last.
Good. It just
I didn't like WALL-E. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it that much either. I mean, he was cute and Eve was cute, but like the concept was just.
And I remember like every kid was like obsessed with WALL-E because he just made the little voice, but it was like.
Well, yeah, and then every kid would say that shit.
Yeah, and they actually they liked the movie, and I was kind of just like, I'm like the same age as you guys, and I don't get it. It's like this is not this is not for me. It's just not a good movie.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Wasn't.
The concept was super cool. I feel like it was. Actually, no, the concept isn't like that cool.
I just didn't like.
It's just that it was Pixar doing it, so everybody thought it would be cool.
Concept.
Yeah.
It was a heavy concept if you really think about it. Like,
it was really heavy.
Earth is super polluted.
Yeah.
Everyone's fat as fuck.
Yeah.
And then they think the Earth is gonna be revived because they found a single plant.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you just start poking holes in everything and just being like, this is just stupid.
Well, when it comes down to it, it just kind of sounds like a political, like, and I don't know if it's meant to be, but it's just like, and I'm not even like disagreeing with that either. It's just, is that really like what you want to be showing kids and shit? I mean, it's fine, but like, I don't know. Usually with like Disney movies, they always have like an really dark like secret to it.
I guess.
I mean, well, like in the old Disney movies, like Simba, or not Simba, the Lion King.
Yeah.
Simba, my favorite movie. The Lion King and like the Mermaid, like they all had like really sexual things. Like I think it was in the Little Mermaid, like when she was getting married, like the priest had a fucking boner.
Yeah, that's.
And like they had like they always have something like that.
Yeah.
Like in those movies, there's always like an tone of something.
Those might just be goofs. I mean, I don't know. Like, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, if it's a goof, it's
that's
funny.
A hard concept for a kids movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they tackled a bit more. Like they were able to take more risks.
No, they definitely were.
Like those early movies, like Toy Story, Monsters Inc. Toy Story 2, The Incredibles. All that stuff.
Fucking Incredibles.
The Incredibles is amazing, and I don't care what anybody says. If you don't like The Incredibles, you can come fight me like Mr. Incredible on the street, dude.
Honestly.
I will take you on.
Well, actually, it's gonna be Miss Incredible now, because Mr. Incredible is taking care of the kids. That's what The Incredibles 2 is about.
Oh. Is she not in it at all? That seems kind of.
No, she's in it. No,
okay.
She's in it. She's the one that like gets hired.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It looks really fucking good.
I have not seen any promotional stuff for it.
Yeah, I forgot you told me you didn't want to watch that. My bad.
No, it's fine.
But like
I'm excited because it's like a trailer, you know? It's like that's basically okay, the only thing that would piss me off is if like in trailers, it would piss me off is if they like they show like some big kind of plot point or like basically the most impressive scene in the movie and like they use it to like basically trick you because they know like none of the rest of the scenes are like that good. But just like the trailer,
you know like I would expect that from a lot of movies. Like you wouldn't know the developer, but Disney usually does a pretty good job of not doing that. I would say
that's true. I mean,
they're pretty good with their trailer.
In the Treasure Planet trailer, they revealed who the bad guy was, which gets That's just after like.
Yeah, but Treasure Planet's old as fuck, and that movie is brilliant.
Treasure Planet is fucking amazing, dude.
I love that.
But like that you know, they didn't have YouTube, but like that was how you saw like movie trailers as a kid. Remember, it was like on DVDs. It was like the trailers before, and like a Disney trailer on a Disney DVD basically spoiled it. Basically, just gave away that Silver was bad. And like you don't get like that's like a big part of the that's like a big part of the story arc. It's a huge part of the story arc. That's like the conflict. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Disney has been pretty good.
It's a great movie.
I was gonna say I saw that trailer when I was watching Infinity War before it, and I know you haven't watched it.
No,
you should watch it.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't like if I see it before a movie. I love that because that's how I saw Isle of Dogs. Was just I saw that and I didn't look at the I didn't watch the trailer again. Like when I got home, like I just kept it. Like it's just that one time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it gets you like hyped.
It does. Well, it gets you. Yeah, it gets you hyped without overhyping it. And sometimes like trailers spoil parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Or just basically show you the best scene of the movie, and they're like, "Well, that was disappointing," you know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like I could have just stayed and watched the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is fucking Infinity War.
Yeah.
I think everyone should go because it technically is like a pretty big movie event, like in the history of movies. I would say, like in superheroes and shit.
Yeah.
It's a really hyped up movie.
It's a big thing.
Made a lot of money.
That's true. Oh,
But me and
here's a fun segue to go into video games again, but from movies. Did you see they put Thanos in Fortnite? See
did
that
they?
did
What do you
that?
mean
They
by
did.
that?
Like they
Skin?
put him in it. No, it's like a skin, but he also has like a special move. I think like it was like a special game mode where one person was Thanos or something. Like I don't know. I just heard that they put it in. I thought it was really cool. And then like
Huh.
I saw an article
Pretty
today.
dope.
I saw an article today that was like, what other games should Thanos be put into? And like the top comment was like, none of them.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was really funny. Like, but I think
Oh,
I think it's cool that they do
I
that.
mean, it's cool. Is
Yeah.
that no? It's cool, dude.
And it's
It's
profitable.
fucking.
On a
Yeah.
market standpoint, it makes
I
so
think
much
it's a good idea.
sense. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's a good idea to do.
Yeah. It's
Like
just like
movies and video games.
I just hate how articles are written, so I just wanted to complain about that.
Yeah, fucking.
Because like how they say is it makes you think like, well, that's fucking bad. It's like, no, it's actually kind of cool. You just have to do it.
Well, you wait. The article said that shit's mad. Like that's weird.
No,
that they did
no,
it?
I'm saying like why I don't like. I'm like I think it's a cool idea to put Thanos in games. It's just like how articles are written are just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people writing the articles don't know shit about video games.
Yeah, that's whatever.
I mean,
You
unless
just
you're going
don't.
from a video game source.
Yeah, you just don't have to read the just don't have to read the articles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was saying with the movies,
Mhm.
it's pretty
Yeah,
structured.
it's
like
a
Disney
big
does.
it's a big deal. Everybody's having a great time watching movies, eating popcorn, eating Twizzlers and Junior Mints, sipping your Diet Coke, because I know you drink Diet Coke. Whoever is listening, I know you do.
Yeah. The one person listening.
I know you do. What there's oh come on. Don't tell me that Diet come on.
Diet Coke's like if you're gonna go with Coke, just do like
Yeah,
regular.
literally
Come on.
every
Diet Coke's bullshit.
elderly or slightly elderly woman in my life drinks Coke, Diet Coke. Not even fucking kidding.
Dude, Coke's out, like
What are you talking about?
no, not Coke, but like Pop's gonna go out, dude.
Well, of course.
People are getting like really
Yeah.
fucking. That's just going down.
It's either
Fucking-
it's not gonna be as profitable. It's still gonna be around because I like drinking pop.
Well, people say that Diet Coke's even worse than regular Coke. So it's like, what's with that shit? Dude?
Yeah, it's just weird. I
Are,
don't,
are like
know.
elderly people trying to die earlier?
Mm.
Just do heroin. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, it's way faster than Diet Coke.
It's way faster and it feels good, but then you
No.
die.
Yeah, I don't
It's
care.
okay.
All right, let's go on to another. Oh, I didn't even answer the original question. Favorite game?
Yeah.
A favorite game when I want to revisit. Okay, on PS2 there is a Hulk game called Hulk Ultimate Destruction,
Oh, okay.
and that game it's made by the same guys that made Prototype. So that was the game that they made before Prototype was this Hulk game. And
So was that game like the one on the Wii, The Incredible Hulk?
it's like the one on the Wii, but
Better?
Ultimate Destruction is so much better. It's so much better.
How so?
At least I remember as a kid. I don't have the game anymore. I want to buy it, but it's like kind of expensive because it's kind of like a hidden gem sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I would say to me personally, it's a hidden gem, and that's why like every time I see it on listings, it's like at like $30-$40 on PS2. I'm just like that's like way too expensive for PS2 right now.
Or you're looking for like a new unsealed copy?
No, I'm just
Sealed copy?
looking for copies in general.
Like, why don't you have
Just
it?
going
Did you sell it?
everywhere. I sold it when I sold everything when I thought I broke my PS2 as a kid to get an Xbox 360. So I sold everything in
Damn.
my collection to pay for it.
Regret. that.
yeah,
I would
for
regret
sure.
all of that, dude.
Yeah, I do regret it. Sucks.
A lot of people do
But
that,
you
too.
know, it's kind of cool because all the games that I do remember, I'll be able to find them and get them. I have a feeling like if this is when PS2 to collect for is like expensive now, like what happens in like 10, 20 years when like it's not, like when it like goes to like how much you pay for like Genesis and Nintendo cartridges.
I wonder if that's gonna happen. If they're gonna rerun like PS2, PS1s, like Nintendo did with the SNES.
They don't do that because they let you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. It's
but
backwards,
if you
it's
think
bad.
about it, like Nintendo
you can
does
buy it.
have the Virtual Console on like Wii U and Wii.
Mhm.
But with Nintendo, it just makes more sense for them to like make some sort of toy kind of thing.
Oh yeah, they have a nostalgia factor too.
Yeah, and they're a toy company originally, so it just makes sense for them to try to.
Nintendo is?
Yeah, Nintendo in the 1800s when it was established was a toy company.
I did not know that. I
Yeah,
didn't even know it was in the 1800s it was established
yeah, I
then.
think so.
Were
Like
they
the
like
late
poisoning
18 like
kids with like lead paint
1890
and
or
shit?
no, it's like 1890 or something. So when the original like creator of the Game and Watch, like it was like basically
Oh, I
like
fucking love
but the
that
Game
shit.
and Watch is basically like a toy, you know? It's an
Mm-hmm.
electronic toy because there wasn't
It
like
was like those shit you get from like McDonald's, but better.
yeah, exactly. We never and even like Tiger Games as a kid, like you remember Tiger Games?
Ah,
Like
I
the
feel like I
football and the
do.
baseball, it was just
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah,
plastic
yeah,
screens and they all had
yeah.
different
Mm-hmm.
controls and buttons and layouts and
Yep.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically that. So, and we don't consider those video games. They're more like toys. To us, it was
I
like
mean, I would still consider it a video game.
I didn't. When I was a kid, it was like it was
It's
different.
definitely
It was
it's
different.
definitely
It was
more
a
of a
toy.
toy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was. But yeah, exactly. It's marketed as more of a toy,
Yeah, I remember my
like a
mom was like,
calculator.
"That's a video game."
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's a toy. You know, it's basically an electronic toy. It only does one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see
What
the
best
argument for
consoles are
both
the ones
sides.
that come from McDonald's.
Yeah, I can see the best. I can see the argument going both sides, but like Nintendo can do that and get. I don't know. And Sony's got like
Do you know
TVs and audio.
how popular do you think that like it would be if they re-released Game and Watch games
I
like
don't think it would be popular at all, honestly.
really?
So archaic. It would. You have to appeal to people that want to play video games now. You know, and not people
I
that
don't know.
wanted to play those games back then. Like that's how you make money. Is to go for new customers. 'Cause
I feel like
I don't
I
think
feel
anyone
like
is
it's a
like
collectible.
if anyone's nostalgic over Nintendo handheld, it's a Game Boy. It's not the Game and Watch. Nobody, I think, is really nostalgic over
Yeah,
that.
Game Boys are like still really
Game
cheap
Boys
because
are
they're
still
super abundant. They're
they're
super
of course
abundant.
they made so
'Cause
many
everyone
of
loved
them.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
because they're amazing.
they are amazing.
They're so like why they're so rugged and it's just like you can drop it and you can pick it up and play it again.
Yeah,
I love that
it
shit,
did
dude.
feel, like I remember going from like a Game Boy and DS to like a PSP, and it was
Yeah,
just like like the PSP like felt like an expensive video game console.
yeah.
Whereas like I don't know, like me, I love the Game Boy. Don't get me wrong, and
I do,
I love the DS so much, but they just feel more like toys.
but that's what I like about it.
That's true.
Like when you bought like you just like me and you we both own the new Nintendo 2DS
Yeah,
and it has more of a toy feel.
it does. It's
Like I don't
super.
necessarily want to be playing like part of me is like, dude, this is really expensive. If I drop what's in my hands right
That's true.
now,
Yeah.
it's gonna take a dent out of my fucking
Well,
wallet.
that's what I like a lot about like the Switch is that you can still be like that playful kind of kid stuff with the
Yeah, but
different
it's pretty
mismatching
yeah.
colors, but it feels good. Like they're good
Mhm.
controllers, and it feels like an expensive piece of hardware.
Yeah.
So that's
But
what's
you
nice.
gotta take care of all your shit
Of
when it comes
course,
down
well, of
to it.
course, yeah. Take care of your shit. All right, so let's go on to other games that actually ruin friendships. I mentioned it
Oh,
earlier, Smash Brothers. And before we start talking Smash 5, because that'll
okay.
probably take up the rest of the hour or
Yeah,
whatever,
honestly.
let's talk about our favorite Smash game and why it is our favorite Smash game.
All right.
And we've
You go
played all of
first.
them. We've played all four of them.
You go first, buddy.
All right. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's rank them in order and of our like favorite to least favorite.
Okay.
Let's do it like that. That sounds way more
Okay.
cool.
All right.
And then we get to elaborate. Okay. I think my number one, I think for sure is Brawl. It's my favorite one. I'm very nostalgic towards it.
Yeah.
But I was really good at that one. That was the one that I was like, I played a lot because I didn't have a GameCube. I didn't have any GameCube controllers, so I couldn't play Melee. But I did have a Wii,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd play Brawl instead. I got really good at like the sideways controller,
Yeah, yeah,
like the
yeah.
New Super Mario Bros. Way to call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got really good at that.
The sideways Wii U remote or Wii
The
remote.
yeah, the sideways Wii remote. Yeah, I was so good at that. I was elite. I was beating kids with GameCube controllers, dude. I was elite with that
Dude,
setup.
take me on. Take me on. Son. My
Oh,
GameCube
that was
controller.
in the
I like
past.
I like to see you feel the pain though.
I would be willing to try it again though. I would. I'd be willing to try it again. But I haven't done it in a long time. So I
Number
like,
two, boy.
and you get like the editor, and just all the characters are really cool. All right, my number 2 is probably Smash 4.
Yeah.
I really like Smash 4. I think it's like all the things about Melee that I do like, but like taking out all the things that I don't like about Melee. They took those
Yeah.
out. Yeah, like they kept
What didn't you like about Melee?
Well, I'll get into it. God.
Well, like you mentioned it now, so I'd like
Oh,
to
that's
know.
true. Yeah. Okay, so Melee's my third. Uh, I don't know. It's just like I could never get into it as a kid. Uh,
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I got better into like the brawl stage. Like that's when I actually started getting better. It's like everyone around me when we were playing Melee was way better than I am, and I wasn't
Yeah.
improving, and they
Yeah.
were
No, the same with.
and they were
Yeah, same
constantly
with me.
improving, and I was never improving because I didn't have it at home.
Yeah.
I couldn't play it.
Well, I don't know if it was the same with me. I feel like I didn't play. I played Melee a decent amount,
Yeah.
but it was on like I was usually like the better person that played.
Yeah. I
But
played
I wasn't like competition level like our me and Ryan have some mutual friends that like we're
yeah.
competitive, and it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
it's fun to play with them, but it just gets old.
Yeah.
It gets fucking old, and it's
So,
not.
yeah, that
It
was
ruins it sometimes.
Grant and I used to play Melee.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Shout out to Grant.
Shout out
Hopefully
Grant.
not dead.
Yeah, he's still there. He's still
He's somewhere.
he's still kicking somewhere.
He's somewhere bubbing it
He's
up.
bubbing it up somewhere. That's what he's doing. We would play Melee a lot as kids. I remember like when Brawl was coming out, we would like talk about it, get like really excited for it. And I was better at Brawl, and he was way better at Melee. But even then, like he was still like when it first came out, I was way better. But then he started to get way better than me. Started to kick my ass every time. And like he gravitated more towards Melee, and I gravitated more towards Brawl. So it eventually got to the point where I was just like, okay, I'll just play Melee again. Like it's fine, I'll just play. And it was still fun. Like I still had a good time. But I played Brawl with like everyone else, like everybody else I've hung out with. We always played Brawl. We didn't play Melee because it was like, oh, that's the old game. Like why aren't we playing the new game?
Yeah,
You know?
The character selection. I always liked the character selection.
Yeah, I was like, well, I like all the other characters. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why I guess that's why it's my third. I gravitated more towards Brawl. You know,
Yeah.
even though like when Brawl and Melee were out, it was like there was still like the big feud of like which one's better.
Yeah.
You know, and it's still going on. Yeah, but I like.
I would say like yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I like Smash 4 because it took everything that I liked about Melee, like all the fun stuff,
Mm-hmm.
all the features that I thought were cool that I enjoyed when I was playing Melee, and just got rid of all like the stuff that I didn't like that made me gravitate more towards Brawl. Like they did that, and I think they did a really good job. I think Smash 4 is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
It does feel like a bit different than all the other ones. Like it doesn't really feel like Melee. It feels kind of like it, but not exactly like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they did a pretty good job. I like that game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I think N64 Smash, like it's the pioneer, it's the granddad, it's the great granddad.
I don't know what I don't get.
But
I don't
playing
understand.
it today, like it's hard to, because like if you rate it just when it was back when it came out, it's awesome. It's great. It changed the gaming industry. It was huge. And it was awesome back then. It was super innovative. And it was just crazy. But you have to like review it from like now, and now it's terrible compared to what we have and the technology now. Yeah, and 64 Super Smash Bros. No, it's like you can't even go back to be nostalgic for it. Like if you want to go back to be nostalgic for something, you go to Melee.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't like. There is no reason to play N64 Smash.
Yeah.
It's just so clunky now compared to how tight the controls got in the next games. It just feels so
the
clunky.
N64 controller.
Well, that's true, but even then, like, you know, the controls feel better. I think on like Ocarina of Time, like that has great controls. Like even on the N64, like it just feels good.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd say
feels
great controls.
Maybe not great controls, but I'm not talking like button layout. I'm talking like feel. You know?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean,
like
I don't
like weight of the character and like weight of like actions and stuff.
Yeah.
It feels pretty good. Like it doesn't, like you can forget that you're using this weird ass controller. Just at least for me personally, because it feels nice. It feels natural. It feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like some games don't do that.
Yeah, I don't.
And
I don't like.
N64 is one of them that just today feels so clunky.
Yeah.
And it's like not even that it's just N64. It's just because it's old. It's just because it's clunky.
Mm-hmm.
The series got so much like the best controls. Series has controls that feel so good.
Yeah.
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 Like today it's just bad. All right, your turn. Go for it.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's your number one?
Well, I wanted to say something.
Okay.
I don't understand. Like, I get like pioneering, like games that pioneer,
Yeah.
like things, but I don't. And I also understand nostalgia factor
Yeah.
for like top games.
Mm-hmm.
So like I understand why people would put like N64 Smash above other ones
Yeah.
because of that. But like when it really comes down to it, just because a game pioneers something doesn't mean it's a good it doesn't mean it's a good game.
That's true. And it's also like
Smash 64 is really clunky, and for its time it was good. But like when you do compare it to now,
and also just on like a revisiting factor, like a reason to buy it. Like there's not much. Like Silent Hill controls like ass, but it's such an innovative and creative game that like it's still relevant. Like it's still really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can revisit that and you can get past how it feels. But like with Smash Bros,
yeah, you just can't.
Fighting games is all about the feel, and it doesn't.
Well, you can revisit like the old Street Fighter like games and shit, and that's fine. But it's just like
those games have
N64 is really clunky because no one's ever really done that game before.
That's true.
So like the N64 Smash is super clunky. Like the moves aren't really like they're not super developed. Again, you can't blame it on them because it's their first it's the first game coming out of that. But that's all I want to say about that. But I think my top would be like if I'm gonna be honest. I would say Smash 4.
Cool. Why do you say Smash 4?
Because I mean, like, I'm going strictly from like no nostalgia. Best game for me is Smash 4. I would say character lineup's the best.
I can
the,
agree with
the
that.
graphics are the best.
That's true.
I like the graphic style. I like the cartoony style over like the Brawl, more realistic, like polished.
That's true.
Style.
That's a cool style.
I mean, like I would say, this kind of cheating. I would say Brawl and 4 are the same for me because Brawl has like the nostalgia. I played Brawl.
Brawl has the nostalgia, but
I played it so much.
Smash 4. Now that you're old and elderly and withered ways.
Yeah, I'm super withered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Smash 4 is just super fucking bomb. Like I love the characters and I love the diversity of the characters too. You know, I really like with Smash 4, Link and Toon Link they play very, very, very differently. And even with like Brawl, like
Link and Toon Link.
Like Link and Toon Link are still like they're pretty similar, you know? So I just think character diversity and the way that everyone plays is a lot better with Smash 4 overall. But when it comes to like Brawl, my nostalgia is there, and I love the game, and the people like that hate the tripping in the game. When you really think about it, like when you really think about when it comes to fights, like in like people are gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
And shit, like there's always gonna be something fucking up, and that just gives an opportunity for someone else to like hit you. So like when you think of it like that, I think that's more palatable with the tripping.
Yeah.
Where they're coming from, and I didn't really think it was that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's gonna be frustrating sometimes, but it's part of the game. Like it's part of the mechanic, and you gotta work around it. And I think it's kind of cool, honestly.
I would argue, just as a game design major, who does a lot of theoretical studies on video games and their design, I think the reason that everyone hated it, myself included, is just because it's realistic doesn't make something a fun game mechanic.
I agree. I agree.
Definitely.
I agree
And the way that they did the tripping where it was RNG, you had no idea when it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that's realistic. That's how tripping works in real fights, but that's not a fun game mechanic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not. But then again, it's also like it's kind of something that throws. I'm just playing devil's advocate, you know, like it's kind of something that like throw because I don't like it either. Like when it comes down to it, it makes me mad. But it like at the same time it's something that it like throws a wrench in like what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like so you kind of got to work your way around it. And I
Yeah.
think in that sense it's kind of cool because I like as I'm older now, I do like more challenging games.
Yeah.
I like very challenging games, and so like that adds a factor where it's like, oh shit, I need to like fucking, like I need to like, you know, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying
Yeah,
to,
for sure.
yeah, you need to recover like correctly
Yeah.
and shit, whatever. But my third, so I would say second would be Brawl, first probably would be four, third would be Melee.
Yep.
I
There
played
is
Melee a
Melee.
decent amount. It was given to me. I liked it a lot. I played it like pretty decent amount. It was just, it was fun. It just wasn't for me. I mean, like when Brawl came out, it was all Brawl, and I guess that's what everyone was playing then. And so, I mean, Melee was fun and it was more balanced and everything, but I just, I don't know. I just don't really get the hype around it. Like it's more balanced and I get that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I could never really get into like all the glitched movement and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I know
it's
that
just,
that's a different point of skill, and I really like it, and it's fun to do it. It's just not for me. It's just personal preference.
yeah.
Like there's
Like,
nothing, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just that don't prefer it.
when it comes to four or like Melee, I would
Yeah.
just say like competitive wise, it's just like why not do four? You know,
That's true. It's
I just
also
think four
done.
is awesome.
4 is
I think-
awesome. I do think
yeah.
4 is awesome, but I don't know. We don't want to talk
Yeah.
too much on that because we'll piss off
Yeah, it's true. We will piss off.
we'll
people.
piss off some people.
I don't hate Melee. I love
No,
Melee.
I love Melee.
I love it too. It's just
Yeah.
like that was not my scene.
I'd
so
prefer
that's
to
why-
I'd prefer to play 4.
Yeah, I would prefer to play four too.
I'd play 4 instead.
I mean, it's very difficult on the DS, but like.
Yeah, it's tough on the DS. But like, if you ever met like someone who was really good at it on the DS, like they were good.
Yeah,
it was
no,
it was
they're really
cool.
good. You have to understand the game.
Yeah, like a good
Very well.
like a good player on 3DS was way better than just like your comparatively good player on a Wii U.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you put a GameCube controller in the 3DS kids' hands, I think they would crush.
Well,
Pretty sure
exactly.
they'd
Yeah,
crush.
that's what would happen. And then the GameCube guys, when they got their hands on the 3DS, would like get smacked.
Yeah, it's so different. It's so different.
Yeah, it's so different. It's insane.
And I think that's an entirely like different skill.
Oh, for sure.
In general, is to be able to play a handheld game.
Oh, definitely.
Like, as well as someone that can play with a controller.
Oh, for sure. I totally agree with that.
I wanted to ask you about that. Like
What's up?
with Smash, what do you think? Because obviously Smash 5 is coming out for the Switch.
That'd be cool.
All right, so what do you think the controller scene is gonna look like? I think someone told me that you're able to plug in like GameCube controllers into the Switch.
Yeah, isn't
I'm just wondering-
because they have the Wii U hub that like
Yeah,
plugged into
yeah.
USB, and the Switch has a USB on the dock,
Yeah.
so you can
So
use
I'm
like
just,
yeah. So they'll just
Yeah.
start selling the same thing probably.
why would they do that though? Like I'm wondering if they're gonna come out with how the Pro controller is
Yeah.
a thing. I wonder if they're gonna come out with like a specific like GameCube. I mean, I wonder if the Pro controller would work well with it. I haven't really got my hands on the. Pro
I'm sure
controller,
it
so I
would,
wouldn't
but
know.
there's just something about playing Smash with a GameCube controller that just
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
So I'm wondering if they're gonna come out with like a wireless.
It's
Wii U
because
GameCube
it's something
controller.
that we're so used to that
Or Switch,
I'm
sorry.
so thankful that they're gonna let us do that because I don't want to play it with like normal controls. I want to play
I
with a
mean,
GameCube controller.
I mean, if you have like the like
I'll
the
play it
ones that just
handheld.
put the
I'll play it
Joy-Con
handheld,
in.
no problem. But like if I'm like sitting down on the couch, like I need a GameCube controller.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it
mean,
just-
do you think like the Joy-Con like what is it, holders?
Yeah, the little
Like
grip,
that
the
one
grip or
little,
something.
Yeah, the Joy-Con grip. Like,
Yeah.
do you think that would suit you well enough, or do it piss you off?
I just want a GameCube controller. Just that's what I
Yeah.
want.
Something about
know?
it. You ever think about that? Like, why
It's-
is the GameCube controller like that?
It's
like,
a
the perfect
great it's
one?
a fucking great controller, especially going from like the N64. Like they killed it on the GameCube controller.
Yeah.
It's a comfortable controller that hasn't been replicated very well, I guess, over the
It's
years,
true.
and just
It's
had
true.
a lot of really
It's the one of its time.
it had a lot of really interesting features that could still be implemented to like make other games feel good. Like
You
third party games still felt pretty good on the GameCube. It was just a good controller.
It really was.
It was so weird that it was like very specific for Nintendo, But like third-party games still ran well because it was just such a good, well-designed controller.
No one adopted it, which was really weird to me.
Yeah.
Because it was a very good controller.
It's a very good controller.
So I don't know.
It's basically like what the Xbox and what the Xbox controller like basically evolved into. Except just the button layout is just so interesting on the GameCube, but it just works so well, and games utilize it really well. Like it doesn't feel like you're hindered because of how the controller's laid out, like the N64. It just feels good. Like everything makes sense.
Why? Like Did we ever? Is there actually like a reason that they came out? Like, do you know the actual reason why they came up with 3-prong controller for the 64?
No, I'm gonna look it up. Why is
I don't know.
the N64 controller so weird? Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, like what was their thought process behind it besides just being Japanese?
I'm on the Wikipedia. It's the first standard gaming controller built by a first party to utilize an analog thumbstick as a main feature of the console. 3D, cool. Dude, it's the future.
It was cool. It was like I remember them doing that, and that was insane.
Well, yeah, it was like the first analog stick since like the Atari.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's pretty shitty though.
Yeah.
Like it's spring loaded.
Yep.
Yeah, I have an N64 controller
and
right next to me.
The Saturn had a specially made one, the analog joystick for Sony, their flight stick. And then like the DualShock 1 and the
DualShock
the DualShock, yep, and like the Saturn's controller and the Dreamcast controller too. And
wasn't the Dreamcast controller kind of weird?
It was like a GameCube controller without the C stick, with no C stick or C buttons. Like that was what it was like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look it up.
Oh yeah. The Dreamcast controller is pretty fucking weird.
It is really weird, but it's also really cool.
No, it was definitely cool. It's just like
it's old school. It's just one.
It's just big as fuck. Dude.
It's one analog stick. There wasn't two. But it did have triggers. It has triggers like the Xbox.
The Dreamcast. That thing is so cool. God damn it.
It actually released before the PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox. Darn.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, they had a fishing controller for the Dreamcast?
They had everything for the Dreamcast, dude.
Oh my god, dude. Look that shit up. Look up the fishing controller. Are you kidding me? That's just dank as fuck, dude. I could honestly make my own fishing pole out of that shit.
Controller.
People look this shit up at home. It's amazing.
Oh my god. I'll edit this in, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now that's sick.
It's pretty cool, right?
No, that's a fishing controller.
That's awesome. Yeah, fuck you, Nintendo.
Seriously.
No,
that is how you turn a fishing rod into a video game.
They got
controller.
They got some Hello Bass Pro on that shit, though.
Oh, for sure. They got the sponsorship.
Yeah, like Cabela's Fishing.
Yeah, for sure.
Bass Pro and Cabela's Fishing. Oh my god, dude.
Wow.
What is this?
I hope it actually worked well. If it was just like actually a piece of shit, like
it looks pretty dang.
It was probably just a piece of shit, but
yeah, maybe.
It still looks. It looks cool.
Shit, does anyone remember the game?
Looks cool.
Printer.
The Game Boy printer.
Yeah, you didn't even know. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I know about it. Of course, I know about it.
And like the Game Boy camera too.
Yeah, those were great.
Oh my god, dude.
That's why they made what was that?
It's so cool though.
It was on the PSP. Was it Invisimals? Yeah, that was it. That's why they made Invisimals. It's because the Game Boy camera.
That's fucking hilarious.
No, I don't know if that's actually real, but it makes sense. Game Boy did it first.
Yeah, Game Boy is fucking.
It makes sense to be like, oh yeah, we make like video cameras too. Like let's just stick one on one of our video game things. It's like that's.
I don't know why people actually bought this shit though.
Because it was cool.
It's fucking cool.
It still is cool.
It's really cool. I would definitely buy it.
It totally sucks, but if you think like
it sucked.
It's terrible, but it's just so fucking cool. Cause it's cool because it's old and it sucks.
Yeah.
Because you know how revolutionary it was, and you respect it for it, and you think it's cool because of how revolutionary it was, even though it's so shitty now.
Yeah, why can't my fucking Xbox One come with a fucking printer, please?
Please.
I want to print out all my achievements.
Please.
Oh my god, that's so cool, dude.
I want the X print.
Can we have the Smash? Can we have the newest Smash for the Dreamcast, please?
Yeah, can we port that to
Sega,
Dreamcast?
All right, we need to think of Smash 5. What character would you want?
Oh god, I don't really care. I know like everyone always gets like super crazy like who should they add next, dudes? Like I don't really care. Like I'm just more curious about like what they do to change the gameplay. Like
Dude,
that's what I'm curious.
no, give me like your number. You gotta have like character you'd want in your fucking game. Come on, like who would you want to play?
They should put in Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
They can't do that though.
Yeah,
He was already in PlayStation All Stars.
Can they put him in Spyro? Can they put Spyro in it?
I'm sure.
I heard they
Oh
were
wait,
putting...
Spyro?
Yeah. Is he owned by Sony?
Yeah, he's owned by Sony. They wouldn't let him do
But
that.
isn't Skylanders was on Wii U, right?
Well, yeah, Wii U had third-party games. Remember, Black Ops 2 was on Wii U.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and Batman Arkham City.
Ryan, I want to challenge you right now.
What's up, dude?
So, I was looking through my old Xbox 360 games.
Yeah.
And I found a game that was given to me, and it was Madden 09.
Oh, wow.
And in Madden 09 was Modern Warfare 2,
Oh,
and
wow.
I forgot I had it.
Oh, wow.
So I challenge you to a 1v1, and I'm gonna whoop your ass even though like I played that game once.
Oh my god, you are gonna get
I'm
your
gonna whoop you.
shit pushed
I'm
in
gonna fucking whoop
so
you, dude.
hard, dude. Holy shit. Dude, I was Prestige 2
And we're
in
gonna record it and
multiplayer,
we're gonna
dude.
put it on this channel. We're gonna put it on this channel.
Oh, we're definitely gonna do it, because I'm gonna kick your ass.
I don't
Everybody
know,
here's
man.
gonna know. Dude, I was Prestige 2 in just local co-op.
Prestige 2 in
Just local co-op. So that means that you can't... this was before I had online.
Yeah, that means
in single player. That means that you level up.
Yeah, no, I got you,
Yeah.
bro. I'm not intimidated,
It's
dog.
hard as shit, dude.
This is the now,
I was
dog.
up there, dude.
This is
You
the now.
kidding me, dude? I was
I'm about to
born. I
beat
was
your ass
born
now,
on Rust, dude. That's where I was born.
That's why you're a rusty boy.
Yeah, I know
Got
Rust.
that high blood iron level.
Dude, I know Terminal like the back of my hand, dude. Terminal's the best Call of Duty map. I don't care what anybody says.
That's bullshit. Firing range.
Are you
dude.
fucking kidding me?
Firing
No,
range.
get the fuck out of here. I fucking.
Firing range is fun.
You
dude.
know I love firing range, but it is not as good as Terminal.
Terminal's good, but
It's just not. It's firing range is way too small. It's fun because of it, but you can't play. It's not a universal map.
Could you imagine like a ground war like 40 versus 40 on a firing range?
Firing range? Were ground wars 20v20?
I thought they had some ground wars that were like 100 versus 100. In
Really?
Like MW3.
That's
in
insane.
MW3, right?
I don't remember. That's insane.
I could be completely wrong, but I remember there's insane amounts of people in it.
Yeah.
MW3 had me so hyped because that was when I played like Black Ops 1. Like
Yeah.
that's when I first got online.
Yeah, Modern Warfare
I had
3
like an
is...
unhealthy obsession with it for the first couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. No, Modern Warfare 3 is a total guilty pleasure game for me. Like, it's like my most nostalgic Call of Duty game. That's the one I played online the most. Like, that's the one. I know.
This is Black Ops for me, probably.
I didn't get...
Black Ops 1.
Yeah, Black Ops 1 was really fun. I think the multiplayer for that game is amazing. That was the second game I played on Xbox Live for the first time.
Yeah, I'm a big zombie, so like...
Black Ops 1
has
amazing zombies, for sure. Yeah. But MW3 was the one I played the most online. I would play with like my cousin all the time. It was a lot of fun. That was like when shout out to my cousin. Shout out Zach. Lit. Go Loyola next year. See you there, bub.
Oh, fuck that.
He's going to Loyola.
Damn, dude, that college is fucking hard. Isn't it mostly girls though?
Yes.
I'm about to get that pub. Boy.
Yes, that's I'm gonna have the inside connection. I'm gonna say, hey
double
Zach.
shout out to Zach. Throw me some ladies my way.
Hey Zach, I'm hanging out with you for the weekend, but by hanging out, I just mean like sleeping over at your place. That's it.
So I can get ladies.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be out the whole day.
Sleep at your place and eat all your food, dog.
I'll be out the whole day, and I'll come back and I'll want to eat and then go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, I would play that. I would play that on Xbox Live all the time with him. Like, it was amazing. Like, it was honestly like that's some of like my favorite gaming memories of playing with him. It's so sick. It was a lot of
I see how
fun.
it is. I see how
It
it
was
is. You
so much
fucking
fun.
you chose.
No, dude, come on. But
I see how
on
it is.
Xbox
I
Live,
see
like
how
we always played in person. We always prefer to play in person.
You know.
Yeah, like I could, yeah. It's like I couldn't always hang out with my cousin a lot. Like I only ever saw him at like like birthday parties and holidays and shit. It was just
Yeah.
cool because it was like our way to like be able to connect without it being like you have to ask to go hang out or whatever. Because
Nah, dude, I feel
yeah,
that too.
that's just
That's what I do
that's
with
how
my
my
cousins.
family was. Yeah, that's just I guess how our families are. So we're
Like,
just like
yeah, every Christmas was like GoldenEye or like PS2 or like
exactly.
anything like that. GameCube, play some
For
Smash and shit.
sure. We used to play Agent Under Fire on
Yeah, dude, Agent Under Fire is so good.
we would play it on low gravity photon cannons only. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good time. That was when like I figured out what custom games were and I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. You get to fuck with the
Yeah.
settings. Yeah. But like Modern Warfare 3 was when like I actually got like good at Call of Duty.
Yeah, that was same with me.
Yeah. So
Well, I think it was Black Ops 1 was
and it was like
actually-
my cousin was like, oh, teaching me how to do it because he's like he's the type of guy that only plays like one game for a really long time and doesn't really spend too much money on video games. Not like us, definitely.
Yeah.
And so like Call of Duty was basically like his Christmas all the way up till like his birthday kind of game. So it would last like a long time.
I mean, if someone
And
just
like
gave me
and he
Skyrim-
didn't even care. Like he would just always be playing Call of Duty. Like he just loved it so much. Like he gets really into a game. That's when he goes off. That's when he starts playing a lot. Is when he gets really into something. And he was super into
the Call of
MW3
Duty. I get the Call of Duty itch. It makes
for sure. I need to re-download. Actually, no, I don't. Fuck that. I was gonna say I was gonna re-download World War II, but fuck that.
Yeah, how about no?
I really don't like that game.
Fuck
I heard
that
that it's
game.
a better investment to buy MW2 on PC now and play multiplayer instead of playing World War II. I think
that's because it has like a cult following.
it has a cult
that shit.
following, and especially after like the Modern Warfare 2 remastered shit that was actually fake. Everyone's like wanting to play it again, especially the multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
Especially the multiplayer. So it's like there's not very many hackers anymore, I hear, and it's just like it's a pretty healthy player base. For like team deathmatch, at least you can't really play anything
quote
else.
unquote healthy.
Well, yeah,
Call of Duty really get that healthy.
for a game for a game that came out in 2009, pretty fucking healthy.
Yeah.
All
That
things
game
considered.
was I don't even know
Yeah.
popular as MW. I think MW2 is probably the most like.
Oh, it is. It is the most. It is the most
MW2.
popular.
I mean, like back in the day, like there was a Treyarch Infinity Ward like not conflict but like war,
Yeah.
and I was definitely on the Treyarch side.
Uh-huh.
I think Ryan was on the Infinity Ward.
I was
side.
more Infinity Ward.
At that time. I don't know about now. And like now you're pretty Infinity Ward, but like you're still. A
Well,
Black Ops fan.
I love MW2 and I love MW3. I never owned COD 4 as a kid. But that being said,
yeah, you did. We both did.
we had COD
the
4.
DS.
Oh, I had Modern Warfare 2 on DS, dude. You had COD
I had
4.
Modern Warfare. Yeah.
No, I had the second one
I
on
remember
DS.
like trying to shoot these Afghani like scumbags.
Yeah,
Like
your game-
2 pixels on my screen.
Your game's contrast was red and blue. I'm sorry, was green and blue, and mine was red and yellow. That's the only difference. mine was desert areas, and yours was like jungle swamps and like messy stuff, like more urban, more green.
That just makes me think of like fucking Snake Eater, dude.
Snake Eater was cool. Snake Eater's a good game. Can we pause the recording? I have to pee.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I just have to
I'm gonna go to the bathroom as well.
Okay, I just have to figure out how to pause it. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll leave it in. We're both leaving.
Alright, well, I mean, like, alright, whatever.
Live again.
Back again.
No. Alright.
Guess who's back?
It's
The
me.
Bin Boys.
It's me. And him.
Did you have any more questions, my dude?
Yeah, what's your opinion on emulating? You like it? You don't like it? Tell me your thoughts.
Emulating?
Yeah, what's your opinion?
Oh, God. I think I'm in the minority on it. I mean, like, I don't know. Because part of me loves it. I love the fact that you can play old video games, like, on newer shit.
Yeah.
And, like, emulators are really cool. Like, having a Game Boy emulator. But something about, like, part of me is always, like, I always want to have that console to play the original game. Like I haven't thrown away any of my old consoles. Like I have all of that shit.
I wish I hadn't have done that, but I did for some of it. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean people did, and I don't think they thought of it. I was always like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna like, cause my dad did that for me.
Yeah.
I got the Super Nintendo from him. I got my N64 from him.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, my dad was always like, keep it. Trust me, you're gonna want to keep it. And so you know, I did, and I loved like it was the best thing. One of the best things I've ever done. I love all my shit.
My dad is more of a guy that's like, oh, you don't use it, you don't need it anymore. You can get rid of it. Like if you're not using it. So like, I got the Genesis and the PlayStation 1 from him. But that was when he was playing, and then I started playing more, and that was when like he stopped playing.
Yeah,
like,
that's what happens with my dad too.
Yeah,
like after I started kicking his ass, he was like, fucking out.
Like my dad wouldn't even play with me like most of the time though. Like that was the point where he was just like not interested at all. Like he would play like if I asked him to, but I would feel like embarrassed because I knew that he didn't like it, so I would just never ask him. And he would never like say like, hey, like, you know, let's go play Halo or something, because like he just wasn't into video games, or even just like PS2 shit, Genesis.
Yeah.
He just was like.
My dad did play. He played with me.
Don't care.
He played with me sometimes.
That's
so,
nice.
Like, yeah, he fell out too.
I did. I played with my dad for sure. I definitely did. You know, had some good times. I played more with my aunt actually. That was who I played with the most.
Yeah, I didn't really play with like adults very much. Again, it was always my friends. The oldest people I really played with was my cousins.
Yeah, I would play with my cousins.
My parents never really got it. My parents are old, so they're even older than your parents. So
I know.
They're like, you know.
They just don't get it.
I mean, my dad does. He used to play a lot of computer games too.
For sure, yeah.
He was just like after it kind of became my thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's better at it than I am.
Yeah, it's like our generation.
That's at least what he says to me. I don't know. Maybe he just fell out, but.
Yeah, it's like when, you know, when our kids are gonna have that kind of stuff. It's like we're gonna keep it for them. And,
yeah,
you know.
I had one topic that I wanted to discuss this week.
Yeah. My dad didn't grow up with a PC, so that's also like something. I think. I feel like the people that were still more into games. Like when we were kids, when we were growing up, were the dudes that were playing computer games and stuff. I don't know. I guess just my opinion.
Like the older people?
Like, yeah, like our parents.
Yeah, I mean,
generation and stuff.
My uncle, you know, the dude that I sent you the picture of, like the 3 monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my uncle like was really huge. He was huge. Like, so he went into the Air Force.
Yeah.
And out of that, like he was like huge into like DOS gaming.
Yeah.
Like all the DOS shit, and so like from there he began building servers, building computers, like all of that shit. And like he's older than my parents. He's like 60 something.
Yeah.
And like he's still like he's heavily into gaming, heavily into like DOS shit. Like
that's cool.
He makes servers like
that's
for
neat.
people to play off.
Oh, that's cool.
Know? Yeah. So like I mean it's the computer. Like the computer gaming was
for sure.
The older computer gaming was like.
That was like back then. Like that's what you can tell when people who, you know, are still interested in video games.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even if they don't play as much anymore, like they're still keeping up with like what the news is or whatever.
Well, like
when
you think about it, like like the people that played Atari, the older people that played Atari.
Yeah.
I haven't really met a lot of people like older people that are like, yeah, I kept with gaming. Like,
yeah, well that's my dad. That's literally my dad. He started out with Atari and went to an NES and stuff, and he just stopped.
And just fell off.
Yeah,
like,
it just fell off.
When it comes to like computer, I guess it's like when it comes to like computer gaming.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was just because it was harder to do. You're more into it.
For sure, and he was not into it like how a PC guy's into a PC. Like he wasn't into it that much, so he got like consoles. So when he was when he was an adult, he bought like the Genesis and the PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's like that was more what he was into. He wasn't into like PC kind of stuff. And it's like I feel like people that did that, they're not in it very much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my dad definitely fell off for sure. Like I hadn't been able to play a video game with him until like the Switch, like fairly recently.
Yeah.
And that was when like that was like the only time I think he's ever asked me like, "Hey, do you want to go play video games?" You know, so I was like, "This is fucking cool." I was like,
"This is cool."
I was like, "This is really cool."
Yeah.
But yeah, he hadn't.
Switch brings families together. That's what we're endorsing.
It just took a while, and it's like, he was always, you know, he was just like, "Yo, you don't need it," you know, Just get rid of it. And it was with everything. It didn't matter what it was. He's
Right.
like an engineer type, he's an engineer. He's not like, he doesn't really think in like that kind of creative, like movie, film, television, video game type way. So I feel like that's also kind of a hard thing to get into it. I'm sure you definitely can. I'm sure. But like for him, I think that was like a barrier specifically.
Yeah. I wanted to segue into the topic I wanted to like get into. Like,
For sure.
did you have a time limit when you were a kid?
Did I have a time limit?
Yeah, like how long you could play video games for?
I had a time limit. It was never like fully enforced, like a timer was next to me. It was supposed to be, I was supposed to get off when I was supposed to, and if I didn't, then I would get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it was, I never had like a stopwatch or I didn't have like a timer, but I had like
my mom would set it on the fucking microwave like 45 minutes.
Yep.
It got to that, like, I don't know, but like the topic I wanted to get into, like, people still thinking video games are harmful to people.
Okay.
I don't know, but and by that I mean like,
I don't know.
I don't know, like what I'm saying is like, I feel like video games in almost every way they help.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like when I play video games, like especially when you're a kid, like you're developing strategies in how to beat the level.
Yeah.
Like you're developing strategies. Like when I play super like very, very hard games, you have to come up with a specific strategy and like how to beat each individual level, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, how does that not make you smarter? How does that not enhance like your brain? Like how does that not enhance your knowledge?
Yeah.
Here's
what I'll say about that whole issue. It's been so talked over. And it's just, I don't think it's worth talking about anymore because recently video game violence or something like that got brought into the news, and there's a reason that a lot of people don't know about it. It's because it didn't matter, because everyone blew it off. Because it was just like, oh, well, that's just
video game violence shit.
Yeah, it was just like, well, that's fucking stupid. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like, do you think video games enhance like your strategy building, your problem solving? Like,
yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah. Of course.
But even with Call of Duty, like I think even Call of Duty,
of course,
and action games like that, you still have to build like a strategy and how to kill people, when to reload, like all of that shit.
I wouldn't say it like that.
No, I think
it teaches you how to kill people.
Reloading a specific time is like the matter between life and death for me anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, and just even speaking like mechanically wise. Like not even like as in like training for real life situations and shit. Like just mechanics wise and just like I'm saying more or less like you have to figure out when to reload. Yeah.
Like in each situation.
Yeah, it's like timing and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like they do really enhance that.
Oh yeah, timing is a lot of like CS:GO is a lot of timing.
It is.
Counter-Strike in itself is the skill is a lot of very good timing and very good accuracy.
Exactly.
That's what makes it good.
So I don't even know, like I think the video game violence thing has been like, you're right, that one's been talked about like
that one's been
lot.
Butchered.
Everyone just brushes it off now because it's like, right.
Yeah, most people would just brush it off and just be like, well, that was stupid. I forget when, like the last video game fuss or something.
GTA 5 was a pretty big one.
Video game.
When GTA 5 was released, but that was a while ago.
It was 2013.
Do you remember when there's like stories about little kids like pulling people out of their cars and shit? It's like, is that really the little kid's fault or is it the parents' fault for letting them have the game?
Yeah, like it goes back to the point where it's like, well, should we start it's at the end of the day it's a rating system. And it's the parent that's responsible. Are we going to blame the film director for showing a 4-year-old horrific imagery, even though it tells you that you're not supposed to do that, but the parent just let him go anyway? Like, that's not on the filmmaker. That's not on the artist. Yeah. And out of all these medias, they're all art. And that's not up to the artist. The artist isn't responsible for that.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
But you got any more questions?
That's what I'll say about that.
That's what
I'll say about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't have much left. If you got anything, if you came up with anything. If not, I've got some other ideas. But...
You got recent games that you've been pounding out this week?
Oh yeah, good idea.
The segment of recent games we've been playing.
I like it. Welcome to recent games that we've played recently.
With your host, Ryan.
With the most.
And Mitch.
Yeah, with us.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for saying my name so disappointing.
Ditch. Stitch.
They call me Damage.
Yeah. Welcome to Best Video Game with Lilo and Stitch.
Hello.
What have I been playing this week? I have been playing The Stick of Truth. That's fun. I enjoy that. That's a good game.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I have been playing Minecraft, actually. I never owned it. I never owned it on PC.
I'm sad, Ryan.
And I've been,
So that your Snapchat was actually at Rayon, by the way.
Yeah, that's my Snapchats.
Yeah, but like, what the...
Like it was when I sent it.
Actually, your Snapchat was legit. You were like, I just want to play Minecraft.
No, it was meant as a joke, but like because I wasn't gonna have enough time to use it. I was leaving for school. You know, I was leaving for class, and so I was just like, look, I always turn it on in the morning. I was like, oh, it's updating. That's funny. So I was just like taking a shower and got out, and it's still updating. I was like, well, I'm gonna go get food now anyway. I don't have much. Even if it would boot up right now, I wouldn't have any time to play anything. But I just thought I'd make a funny video like that. But like if I did have the time, I probably would have booted up and played Minecraft. I didn't. It was like meant as a joke, but like also the truth.
Yeah. So how do you feel about it?
I really enjoy it. It's still like a very fun game.
I think it's very therapeutic.
It is very therapeutic. It's really
the music is therapeutic.
The music's therapeutic. It's fun to do because, like, I love games that are like big on this driving kind of adventure. Like I'm really into roguelikes right now. I guess I always have been into like roguelikes, like random type games and like creative things.
Well,
like
awesome.
Like
it's
Minecraft
awesome
and stuff like that.
But it's different.
Exactly. Well, fuck, where was I?
Fucking, I don't know. It's just like Legos though. Legos.
And it's a lot of fun. I think they did a really good job. Like all the mechanics work really well together, and like it only has to be as like crazy as you want it to be. Like you can use all the new mechanics that happened after I remember stopping playing the game on like 360. And but you can also learn all these new things and craft all these new things too. But you don't have to. It's all hindered on.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. And then like with mods can extend the gameplay as much as you
can have mods and texture packs and
there's a lot of it gets pretty crazy.
There's a lot of cool things you can do with it. And that's
I used to pound that game out, dog, way back.
I love that game. It's a lot of fun. I think it's like everyone just thinks it's a game for kids now. And like it is. It definitely does appeal to kids, but I do. It's fun to play. Like I don't really care. Everyone's just it's a kid's game though. Like you're an adult. I'm like it's a fun game. Like video games in itself are inherently childish to people that don't get it. So it's like who cares? It's like why are we like fighting amongst ourselves? Like why can't we just all enjoy this hobby?
Exactly.
That's my opinion on it. But I like Minecraft. It's fun, and I'm an adult. And that's real.
Yeah, an adult, quote unquote.
Real enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
The game I have been playing.
What you been playing, boy?
I've been playing.
What you been playing?
I've just been playing like stuff that I usually play, but I have been playing Geometry Wars.
Yes, my friend.
Dude, Geometry Wars is the most underrated Xbox game ever.
It's very fun.
Worst game ever.
I slept on it a lot. I did not play it for a very long time.
I first played on DS, and from there I was hooked. It's just really fun. It's just like a fun game.
And I had known about it forever, but I had just never played it, and I'm very thankful I did because it's a lot of fun.
It's fucking phenomenal.
It's very fun.
But other than that, I've been playing a lot of Smash Wars with some of my friends. And,
Sick.
Yeah, Smash Wars fucking.
Smash Wars fun.
I've been wrecking.
Doing good. Kicking some butt, dude.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Some butt.
Sweet.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's about it. I think. Yeah.
Awesome.
I guess fucking the Mario Party 2. I played
the Mario
like
Party
a match
2
alone.
You did?
I was getting really angry.
Really?
But I still won as a kid.
Oh, sick! Way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was playing Yoshi. Yoshi's my dude.
Nice.
But yeah.
What else? Oh, I've been playing Darwin Project. That's fun. I've been streaming that. That's a fun game. I streamed Killing Floor 2 earlier today. That was fun.
Ooh,
It's basically Have you know what Killing Floor is?
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly it's a lot of fun. I really like it. And you like Left 4 Dead a lot, and it's a lot like Left 4 Dead.
Oh, dude, Left 4 Dead 2.
As long as you like don't go into it thinking it's like Left 4 Dead 3, because it's not. It's a lot of.
Dude, I want Left 4 Dead 3. Can someone make that?
I would
please?
like that too. But like Killing Floor 2 is a lot of fun, and it's different, so it's still cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Left 4 Dead 2. It's just fun parts of Left 4 Dead with these also new and unique parts that make it feel different.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it plays different. It does feel different. Like the slow-mo, every time you get a headshot, like everyone on your team gets a slow-mo camera every time it's headshotted. Like it's just and like the creature designs are crazy. There's a lot of blood and gore. Like that's a big like part of it is that it's just disgusting looking. You should, and we should play it, and we should upload it to this channel.
Oh shit, dude!
Because it's a lot of fun.
Wait, what?
What?
They released Tropical Freeze on May 4th?
Yeah, they did. Tropical Freeze.
I wanted a new segment that we've done already. New upcoming Switch games. Or
just Switch
ports.
Games.
No, just Switch games.
Just
That's
Switch
it.
games.
Just Switch games.
Yep, just Switch
but,
games.
Honestly, no, they're coming out. Hyrule Warriors is coming out tomorrow.
Oh boy, the third one, the third version.
Yes, Jesus. But it's a good game.
Never played it. It looks fun.
Really?
It looks fun, awesome. But I still don't think there's a reason for me to pick it up, let alone on Switch at full price.
Yeah,
I'll pick it up.
Full price is ridiculous.
Pick it up when
That's
it's $10.
Dumb.
I'm not. It's like I'm not that interested in playing it.
Tropical Freeze is I heard it's a phenomenal game.
I have heard it too.
I've heard it's so good.
I've heard it's delicious.
It's Definitive Edition. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
Oh.
That's why it's expensive as balls. Oh my god, Mario Tennis looks good.
You get
too.
all the DLC.
All the deals. But that's like, those are the recent ones that just came out. I mean, be looking forward to like Mario Tennis and then the Crash Bandicoot shit, but that's oh fuck.
What?
Sorry, Captain Toad?
Oh.
Dude, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker games?
Oh,
those games are fucking awesome.
Is it a new game or are they porting it?
I don't know. Let me see.
If it's a new game, then it'll be cool. But if it's a port, then that's stupid. Should stop.
No, it's a port.
It's a port? Ugh.
Yeah.
Come on.
God damn it.
Why
wouldn't they just make a new one?
Why? Why? Okay. That sucks.
What do you think about that? What do you think about like they're porting so many games? I get ports.
I get why they're porting it, especially since the Wii U was their worst selling console of all time.
Yeah.
And they did put out a lot of good games on the Wii U. I understand why they would port it to the Switch, the more successful, where it's like, well, no one's ever played these games, but we know that the people that did said they were good, so we know that they're good. So let's just push it out to people that never played them. And then they can get to see how good and it's easy.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a whole game again.
It is.
It's super easy.
It's just annoying.
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But like right now, like Switch exclusive, there's only 2 games that I really can think of that there's a reason to pick up the Switch.
Yeah.
Like that's why I hope like this year at E3, it's gonna be like a lot of like brand new like Switch IPs.
They got that Dark Souls though.
Or whatever, yeah. But again, like a remaster.
Yeah.
You know, like I've already played Dark Souls, and I'd prefer to play it on I'd prefer to play it on a big TV instead of in my lap.
I don't know, dude. Dark Souls, like taking it on the airplane with me and getting mad on the airplane just sounds phenomenal.
That sounds frustrating as hell to me. Cause then I'll get
you're stuck in a flying pod.
Exactly. You're stuck in a submarine with wings. Getting really sweaty and frustrated.
I love
with
that.
No
Air
escape.
Submarine. Can we start an airline called Sub Air?
Sub Air. I like it.
And we fly air submarines.
Cool.
It's pretty great. But no, I mean,
I think it's dumb.
Skyrim. I think Skyrim. Like you almost bought Skyrim just to play it in your lap.
Yeah, I almost did. That's true. But like. But that makes sense because I've played Skyrim and I fucking love, and I own Skyrim on like, I own him on 2 different platforms, but I potentially own one on a third, the Switch.
Yeah.
but I have it on 360 and PC. And like, keep in mind that I rarely repurchase games that I own on another system already. Like, just for the convenience and the more fun that I'll have playing it on PC. Like, I'm just like, I already own this game. Like, I don't need to buy this again.
Yeah.
Like, just to like experience it on the PC. Sometimes I do it, but I rarely do it. But that's a game where I did it for sure. I was like, I have to do this.
Yeah. And then Skyrim VR came out. So we did our last podcast we did with Deep Strange, and he actually ended up buying.
That's true. Deep
Skyrim
Strange
VR.
Yeah, Nick bought a VR. He bought a PSVR and the Skyrim
he's
VR.
Fucking super hype about it.
And
awesome.
He says it's great, and he's crippled, so it's gotta be good.
He took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, he's disabled.
The most overused joke ever. Yes.
I think the Sweet Roll run is much better in my opinion, but that's didn't catch on as well.
The Sweet Roll run's pretty. It's pretty
it's,
meta, dude.
It's tasteful if you get my drift.
No. But I think VR, like the PS4 VR, is gonna be the next thing for VR, and that's
cool.
That's it. But you want to wrap this shit up, Doc?
Yeah, sure.
You got anything else to?
No.
Got any plugs?
Let's see. What can I plug? I can plug my stream. I'm streaming a lot more often. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
It's fun to just stream games and talk to myself for the most part. But some people are viewing it, so that's pretty fucking sick. And
do you plug the podcast on there?
Plug the podcast? I don't think ever. I don't know. It's done. Like I do if I would remember that I did. I would say. No, it's just like because most of the time there's nobody watching, so it just doesn't make sense for me to like plug shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like if I find it like a reference to make for something, I'll say it. But I'm never just like, hey guys, make sure to check out my podcast channel. Because it's like who's there
every 5 minutes.
It's like who's there? It's just me here. Like it's just me.
Just hey Ryan, check out my own podcast.
Yeah, like how it doesn't make sense to like every 5 to 10 minutes in your YouTube video, and it's like a 30-minute YouTube video to like promote your podcast. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, you said some people are watching, so it's like
the difference is if someone's watching, then it makes sense. But like in just video format, which I treat streaming like somewhat like right now, it's like you can't. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But if I can reach my goals, I could be a Twitch affiliated partner, and I could be able to get monthly subscriptions and donations, which would be super cool, and I think that'd be a lot of fun to do. So I'm gonna try to stream a lot more often, and because it's just fun, I just enjoy it. Like if I'm ever just sitting here, no, I never play Fortnite.
Yeah,
I don't play Fortnite on stream. I play with friends who stream and play Fortnite. Then I'll stream it with them. But like I don't ever like just like solo adventure stream Fortnite by myself. I think that's really I just don't like it that much. I don't like it enough to play by myself.
It's fun. It gets boring to me.
It's fun. It's more fun with friends. It doesn't make sense for me. It's just not that fun to play by myself.
I think
it's Rayon the Crayon, spelled in the same way as Rayon with 2 Y's, but just a C in front of it.
Yeah, we'll put it and then I think everything else like Twitter and all that shit you can find in the description.
That's a copy and paste deal right there.
Yeah, I'll send that to you because I already have that shit.
You put that sick, okay.
All right,
make sure to watch my upcoming movie. It's about a boy that eats
Street Dreams 2.
It's Street Dreams 2.
Fuck, we need to do a podcast about skating.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one like an intermittent thing or something. I don't know. Maybe like there'll be 2 podcasts this week or next week. Who knows?
Yeah. I wanted to. That's the last thing I wanted to mention actually. Me and Ryan both are pretty busy.
That's right.
Been pretty busy.
That's right.
I mean, we're lazy too. But.
Yeah, I'm lazy. You're lazy, but I had midterms last week, and he's been very busy packing. To move across the country, so
upkeep my fucking house so we can sell that bitch.
It wasn't like my move. These things are going a long distance.
Yeah, I'm moving.
He's moving out of state
from Illinois, so
that's cool.
Yeah.
So we've just been very busy, so we apologize for not being able to upload a podcast last week.
Yeah.
And the reason that it's taking so long now, we don't really have like a set schedule. We try to stick to like every Sunday to record, and either it goes up in between
Monday
like
or Tuesday.
It goes up in between either Sunday or Tuesday, depending on what. But yeah, we kind of, and this is like a Tuesday, so I guess I'll put this up today. But just like, probably when it's like 11 Central right now, and probably when I upload it, it'll be like past midnight, so it'll probably be
Wednesday.
So
it'll be like a little inconsistent until
we've got our situations settled up. You know, he's moved and I'm out of school and I'm back home. It'll be much easier.
Like even in the summer, like once we're out, and then we'll have more time to record.
Yeah. So it'll be much more consistent then, but just bear with us, please.
Plus, we'll be chilling out together all the time.
We're still gonna be putting out content. Okay. Yeah. We're still doing it.
And then look out for that MW2 ass whooping of Ryan.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter if you want.
I've played the game like once or twice, and I'm gonna fucking whoop him, dude.
Follow us on Twitter to get notifications on like stuff like that.
Yeah. Follow me on Insta too.
Follow Mitchell on Instagrams.
Because I like...
That's in the description as well.
That's the only like social media I use a lot.
Yeah, I like Twitter.
Alright, people.
I got my Twitter goons that like every post I put out.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah,
dude. Tweets, boy.
I got Twitter goons, dude. Alright.
Dude.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Alright. Peace and
love.
And play some video games.
Peace and PlayStation.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.